How are you feeling? Those of you that are here on screen, how are we doing? If we haven't spoken yet, yeah, everything is good. Are we feeling a little bit of intensity at all in the energy field a little bit? Yeah, me too. Um, I was out earlier just doing some fruit shopping as we do here on the island, local fruit stands moving to and from. And there was just a moment this afternoon where it really felt like everything kind of opened and it was just a feeling, and there was no uh, putting my finger on exactly what it was, but just a feeling that, wow, this energy field has opened and it's potent, and I want to work with that. And so that's what I spent the afternoon and into this early evening doing, just kind of working with that energy. And that's absolutely what we're going to do here today. And I want to orient us into the next kind of 6 weeks or so of these practices that we'll be doing together. And part of it is a practical approach. I'm going to take some time off, so this will really be like the last thing that we do collectively as a group online until the fall, unless there is a moment where it all aligns and I pop up on the interweb and we can meet. Otherwise, I'm just going to take that time to kind of fall back and focus on some things that need to get tended to. And the other thing that I was thinking of was this timeline of, this eclipse of what we're experiencing now up until the summer solstice. And what I've been thinking about is how do I want to feel at that summer solstice time? Like, what is the energy that I want to be working with? How do I want to feel in my body? How do I want to feel, in my thought processes, in my emotional body, all of these things. And I absolutely want to bring you all in to this process so that we as a group can collectively move through these next few weeks to go through our internal processes and work with the collective to get to a point where we come to that summer solstice moment where it really feels that is, especially for those of us living in the Northern Hemisphere, the true bounty of summer and the strength of summer. Yeah, and it is that moment where it just feels like there's a little more space and there's a little more of the ability to relax, hopefully. I know we all live very, different and complex and complicated lives, but generally speaking, right, those of us accustomed to the, like, even just the US school system, right, that's like a time like July and August, that time where you're kind of wrapping up in the summertime and like taking advantage of nature and taking advantage of just slowing down and being with friends and being with community. And so I think about, well, how do I want to arrive to that solstice moment so that I can really embrace that and I can kind of build myself up and we can build ourselves up to really embrace the strength of summertime and the power of summer. And you can even think of it like, the tree as it goes through its cycles of spring and summer and fall and winter. And summer is when it is at its strongest point, right? It's most rooted, and the leaves and the branches, they provide shelter from rains and shelter from the sunshine and just the beauty of it, right? Before the leaves fall, before the colors change, and before we go back into winter, which is that deep, stillness where we can't really do anything but be still. So celebration is really what we're going for. And I wanted to talk a bit about the alignment that's happening right now with this eclipse and with the lunar energy and the Scorpio energy, and these sort of frequencies coming together that are creating a signature, and it's creating a new field of depth and energy. And that's what we're going to work with today in our practice, and that's what you're going to be feeling throughout your day and throughout the next few days. And there are certain themes in there that we will even see play out over about the next 6 or 7 months, that will kind of rise to the surface and fall away. And we have the opportunity for integration and maybe even some transcendence in there. So if we look at the lunar, right, the moon, right, and the fullness of the moon, already the moon is the inner world, and the moon is the inner psyche space, right? It's where all the imaginings come from. It's our emotional body. It's the deeper inner feeling that we work with. And it's not so much what we show to others right away, right? It's the things that are a little bit more hidden and a little bit more secretive and just are more emotional, kind of safe space. And then you have the Scorpio energy, which is a very which is similar to the moon, right? Similar depth and sort of psychic feeling and emotion, but it's even more tremendous. It's even a bigger feeling, right? A more in-depth energy, and energy that is like the deep, deep hidden recesses of the psyche. It's very penetrative, and it's also very regenerative. So it's a sign, or if you're used to looking at the houses in astrology, it's that house where we're regenerating, where we're moving through processes, where we're allowing ourselves to die and then to be reborn. And we're allowing parts of ourselves to die and to be reborn. And it's a constant cycle of death and birth, death and birth. And a lot of times people with this strong aspect of Scorpio in their chart, they're working with that aspect of regeneration in their life and in their work. So they might be working in hospice, like literally working with death and helping to kind of doula that process to the afterlife, right? Or there may be some sort of healing work that is happening, because as we're healing, right, there's always a part of us that we have to release and that has to die and we have to let go of. But it's a very psychological space and a very psychological sign and a very psychological energy. So you have that combined with already the moon, which is also the psyche, which is also the inner world. And then you have this eclipse, which is essentially like a jagged line of energy that is meant to shake up our world. And it's meant to say, right, to give us sort of the reflection or the mirror, right, of like, hey, like something needs to shift, something needs to change. And if we're aware of these energies, if we're able to take these little symbols, these words, the vibrations around the concepts and apply it to our life, to apply it to how we've been seeing things and moving things in the world, we can kind of ride that energetic shift as opposed to being completely thrown over by it, which can also happen, right? The eclipse can just cut something out or create a massive shift in our lives. And what we're trying to do is stay on top of that energy, right? On top of what's happening, aware to what's happening, so that we can kind of dance with it and we can kind of move with it as these things come up. And because it is so psychological, right? It's like psyche on top of psyche. What a lot of people are experiencing right now, and what you may be experiencing as well, is that there's a lot of, it doesn't feel like illumination in the way that we think of being illuminated and being holy beings and, being yogis and the whole thing, but it's like shining a direct light into these deeper recesses of the psychic landscape. So people right now are having a lot of things bubbling up, and a lot of what is coming up is related to or triggering like insecurities, because it's these things that we, we're insecure about this, or we have this bad habit or this thing that we do, and we just kind of want to move away and move on from it, which to a certain extent can totally work. But then there's these moments, right, where the cosmos is saying, no, like, we want you to look at this. We want you to look at this thing that is coming up. We want you to look at this story that's rising to the surface. And how can I, as a yogi, right, use these practices to help just illumine whatever that is. And it might illumine us to a state of just full acceptance. Maybe that's what it is, wrapping our arms around it and loving the experience of whatever that thing is. Maybe it's making some sort of constructive change. Maybe it is seeking out someone to help us make that constructive change. If we don't sit with it, right? If we don't have the awareness to sit with it, if we don't have the tools, because there is so much psychic pressure, right? The other side of it, and what I see happening in some people that aren't using the practices, right? And they're not using the technology, is that it's creating a loop in the mind, and it's creating a very debilitating mental unwellness, mental imbalance, right? Because there's a lot of insecurity that's coming up, and that insecurity is spinning, and all of a sudden we're listening to that really negative voice, and we don't have the energy in our body to counter it, to understand that, okay, that's like a part of our psychic space. That's something that happened, or that's a bad habit that we've fallen into, but I can create the energy and the confidence to face it and to constructively shift whatever that is. If we're not doing that, right, if we're not showing up to it, if we're not applying things appropriately, then this chaos of the mind happens, right? And there's a shrinking to the aura and a shrinking to the energy field. And when I see that happening, it breaks my heart, because all I can think of is that we don't have a lot of time here. You know, we don't have a lot of time. So the more we can trust and grow and, right, really step into our confidence and step into that lighthouse, right, then the more we can, even with all of our messed up scenarios, and I have them just as much as you have them. I have all of those stories and all of those demons and all of those things. But when we create that sort of rhythm and momentum of confidence, right, and momentum of trust, then that is that lighthouse that this is themed around, right? Like, I can sit strong in my stuff, and I can address my stuff, and I can invite you in, and I can shine some light out onto you, right? And then that's what we're doing in this process. And as we go through this individual, facing all of those shadows, we're doing this as a collective. And my understanding is that this is something that is going to last these next 6 months until we get into Scorpio season, right? And there's going to be a lot of stuff that rises to the surface. So there's stuff that's going to rise to the surface for ourselves, things that we're going to see in our interpersonal worlds. And there's going to be stuff that rises to the surface through, you know, the outer world. And that, again, is going to create psychic pressure and intensity and overwhelm and emotion and stories and all of these things. And so our job and our journey right now, right, is to create the energy and to create the confidence, create the momentum to then, right, create that trust and move that through the impression of our practice, the mudra of our practice. And so I want for you to just be with that in this practice today, and to really ground yourself here. And you'll show up as you're able to show up, and the practices are going to vary throughout, you know, these next few weeks together. And this is the work. There's going to be a rise of energy, a fall of energy. There's going to be excitement. There's going to be oversleeping and not showing up, and that's okay too. And we're just going to see how bright we can become in this very interesting time on our planet. So let's go ahead and close the eyes. Let's bring the hands into the heart and rub the palms. And we'll create heat in between the hands, the power of creation, the power of service. And let's bring the hands into the heart center, the thumbs into the chest. And begin to deepen through your breath, coming up tall through the crown of the head, rooting down through the sits bones, and just take a moment to orient yourself and to really drop into the architecture of your physical body. And deepen through your breath and feel the expansion on the inhale and feel your strength as you exhale, and just press the palms a little more tightly towards each other. And point through the fingers up to the third eye space. And let's bring the eyes into the third eye and just begin to project out. And everything that we're feeling, if we're feeling overwhelmed, if we're feeling anxious, if we're feeling excited, whatever's happening in that psychic space, let's breathe it down into the body, into the earth. Inhaling and exhale. And inhale and exhale. Let's inhale to tune in. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Inhale deep, hold the breath. Squeeze Mulaband, anus, sex organs, navel point, press through the palms, bring the top of the tongue to the roof of the mouth, tip of the tongue, roof of mouth, project out of the third eye, strengthening the aura. And exhale, let's release the breath, let's keep the hands in prayer, and we'll chant the prayer for protection, breathing in. Ad Gude Name, Jagad Gude Name, Sat Gude Name, Siddhi Gurudev Name. Ad Gude Name, Jagad Gude Name, Sat Gude Name, Siddhi Gurudev Name. Ad Gude Name, Jagad Gude Name, Sat Gude Name, Siddhi Gurudev Name. Breathing in. Again, hold the breath, squeeze the spine. Consolidate your energy, your whole self here, your higher self, your cosmic self, your earth body. And exhale, release the breath. And Satnam, welcome. Let's come forward onto the hands and the knees. And we're going to move into some cat-cow. Let's bring the sides of the feet to touch. And as you inhale, you're going to lift the tailbone, lift the heart to the sky. And as you exhale, you're going to deeply round the spine. You're going to inhale Sat and exhale Nam, mentally chanting the mantra into the third eye space, into the pituitary and pineal glands. And beginning to move the spine a bit quicker if it's available. And we're concentrating on the breath, we're concentrating on the mantra, we're concentrating on the movement, and we are creating for ourselves a very pressurized experience, a more difficult, maybe even slightly uncomfortable at times experience, so that we put pressure on to the psyche so that we can take pressure off of other aspects of the psyche, our fears, our limitations, our negative self-talk. Do the best you can, and you're working at your pace. And when we do this cat-cow Kundalini style, we're awakening that spinal fluid, the fountain of youth, and we're awakening all of our 10 bodies. So this energetic and soulful ecosystem of our being. And we're going to be here for about another minute and a half. So just continue at your pace. And keep coming back to that mantra, Satnam. Keep pushing it through the third eye, especially anytime that you feel a little bit tired, a little bit challenged. That mantra can really help you hold the frequency of the asana, of the yoga, of the meditation. About 20 seconds left here. And on your next inhale, lift your tailbone, lift the heart, hold the breath, squeeze a bit at the base of the spine. And exhale, round the spine, press the floorboards away, press the navel to the back body, squeeze Mula Bandha as best you can, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And relax into a neutral spine, come to a child's pose, bring the arms out in front of you, let's prayer the palms together, forehead to the ground. And let's just take a moment here, planting our personal intentions into this practice, and connecting with all of the other practices happening on the earth, any yogic practice, the whole Buddhist nation with the initiation of Wesak and celebration of the Buddha, all of the mantras being chanted. A friend told me that today when you chant mantra, when you meditate, it's 1,000 times stronger. Take a deep breath in and take a breath out. And now you're going to come back up to your hands and your knees, just as you would for that cat-cow. And I want you to take your right leg up and back behind you. You'll inhale back, good. And then as you exhale, bring your knee towards your nose and round the spine. Good, and then just keep going. Inhaling up, exhale. Now let it be a nice strong breath, strong, steady movement. Good. Inhale the right leg up. Inhale and hold it up and back. Reach it back and then exhale. Stay there and you're exhaling and you're holding the breath out. Squeeze. And then let the knee come down, and now switch sides. Take your left leg up and back, take a breath in, and then exhale round. Inhale back, exhale in. Nice. Inhale Sat, exhale Nam. Inhale, stretch the leg back, keep the leg back. And now keep the leg back, exhale the breath out and hold the breath out and squeeze the base of the spine. We're staying here for a few more seconds. Concentrate at the third eye. And release the leg down. And now you're gonna come to sit on your heels so you can just come up nice and tall. And you're gonna open your knees a bit. So you're sitting on your heels, but your knees are a bit wide. Let it be comfortable for you. If the edges of the feet, the bottoms of the feet are sensitive, put a little extra padding underneath the tops of the feet. Good. You're gonna take your hands and you're gonna wrap the outer arm bones, and we're inhaling up tall, and we're exhale, just bend the spine to the left. Inhale tall, exhale, bend the spine to the right. Good, and the arms are into the chest, so just let the hands, the elbows kind of touch the chest. Yeah, Rabia, you got it. Good, inhale up, exhale down, inhale Sat, exhale Nam, and you're just bending that side body nice and deep. Let it be a powerful breath, but it's your own rhythm. So if you need to go a little bit slower, you go a little bit slower. You can get more prana, more life force into the body. And if a quicker pace works for you, let it be a quickened pace. Eyes are closed, gaze at the third eye, inhaling Sat, exhaling Nam. And inhale, come up tall, take a deep breath in and hold, squeeze Mula Bandh, squeeze and hold. And exhale, just release your arms down for a moment, keep the eyes closed, stay with a nice tall spine, breathing in and breathing out. Okay, let's open the eyes. We're going to stay on the heels. The knees are still a little bit wide. You're going to take Gyan Mudra. Your elbows are coming to about the level of your shoulders. So they're kind of like these goalposts. And you're going to inhale left and exhale right. Breath is through the nose. You're inhaling Sat, exhaling Nam. And again, you're going at the pace that is working with your breath. So if you're newer to the practice, you can go a little bit slower. And if you're more advanced, you know what to do. Let the whole experience become hypnotic. The breath, the mantra, the movement, the music that you're hearing, the sound of my voice. About 10 more seconds here. You're inhaling to find center. Keep the Gyan Mudra. Lift at the base of the spine. Bring all of the energy and all of that knowledge and wisdom into the heart, into the third eye. Exhale, release your hands down and just take a moment breathing in and breathing out. Great. And then you're going to bring your knees together and we're going to take spinal flex. So you're going to bring your hands closer towards the knees. You don't have to hold the caps of the knees, but they're closer towards the knees than the hips. And you're going to inhale the spine forward and exhale back. Beautiful. Inhaling Sat, exhaling Nam. These Kriyas are about creating energy to move the energy through the system. And when we have that energy, when we encounter an obstacle or something rising to the surface, we have the energy to entertain it, to observe, to assimilate, to integrate. Inhale, come up tall through the spine, engage Mula Bandha, deep breath in and hold, squeeze the base of the spine, bring the energy up the spine. Exhale, release the breath out, stay very still. And as you inhale, mentally vibrate Sat, and as you exhale, mentally vibrate Nam. We'll be here for a little while. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Okay, we're going to transition. I want you to come forward onto your hands and knees. Tuck the toes. Come to down dog, or what we call triangle pose in Kundalini yoga. So just take a moment. We're going to take a transition, but I want you to go nice and easy. You can pedal through your knees if you'd like, and just do anything that you might normally do when we come into this shape. Good. And then walk your hands towards your feet towards your hands, whatever you're most comfortable with. You're going to come to fold over the legs for a moment, and your feet will be about hip width apart. Maybe you widen them a little bit, and definitely you can keep the knees a bit bent. You can grab opposite arm bones here. I want you to just kind of fold and feel the stretch into the legs and feel your feet connecting to the earth. Shake out the head a bit, yes and no. Do a little flutter through the lips, or a sigh or a sound out of the mouth. Let's take a breath in and then a deep breath out. Very good. And then you're just gonna let your hands fall and just go ahead and come up to stand. You can round through the spine, connect to your core, and just come up nice and easy like you would for a Tadasana. Good. And then what we're going to do is we're going to inhale and we're going to reach the arms and we're going to take a little bit of a back bend. And then as we exhale, we're going to come all the way forward and touch the ground. And you're just going to keep doing that movement. Inhaling, you're going to lift up, and exhaling, you're going to come down. So I'm going to give you a couple rounds to just find it, find your rhythm. If you need to keep the knees a little soft, you keep the knees soft. What I want you to try to do is engage Mula Bandha the entire time. So really try to lift, from the base of the spine. And now we're gonna go on the clock. You're inhaling up and back, you're exhaling down. Inhale Sat, exhale Nam, and just do the best you can. On your next inhale, I want you to come up and just hold it, stretch a little bit back as you take that breath in and squeeze a bit at the base of the spine. And then exhale, completely fold forward. If your hands can touch the earth, maybe even hold the ankles. If you want to hold your elbows, if that feels better, do that. We're going to be here for about 30 seconds and you're just going back into a deep forward fold that works for you. And you're inhaling and exhaling. Let's take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And then very sweetly, you're going to come to sit down and you're going to open your legs into not your widest V, but a wide V, because there's going to be an opportunity to go even wider. So if you know you can go pretty wide, just come back a few millimeters, few inches. Ideally, you're taking your fingers to your toes and you're holding the toes the whole time. So we're in this wide V. And the idea is that we're going to inhale up and exhale to the left, inhale up, exhale to the right. So if you feel like your mobility is a little better with your hands maybe on your shins, right? Inhaling, exhaling, inhale, exhale. I want you to feel free to make that adjustment. But if you can hold the toes, you're going to hold the toes. Take a moment, explore, find it. If you're in your rhythm, stay in your rhythm. And let's go on the clock. Inhale, Sat, exhale, Nam. Use the breath, use the mantra. Get more powerful with the breath, even if you're feeling limitations in the physical body. Let the breath become the thing that excels the experience. Now you're gonna come up tall through the spine, open the legs a little bit wider, and you're gonna keep going. Start with an inhale tall, exhale left, inhale tall, exhale right. We've got about 1 more minute here. Nice, everyone. Come up tall, deep breath in, squeeze Mulaband. Keep tall through the spine. And now exhale, come into a forward fold with the legs wide. So you can move your arms either forward or you can hold the toes, whatever is available to you. And you're just gonna breathe long and deep here. Do the best you can. About 30 more seconds. Take another deep breath in. Exhale, stretch a little further. Beautiful. And then slowly bring yourself up. And let's bring the soles of the feet together like you would for Baddha Konasana. So this is butterfly pose. And the hands are actually around the toes. So not just the big toes, but around all the toes, which actually kind of makes it a little bit easier. And we're going to inhale the knees up and exhale down. And it's a pretty big movement, right? You're really bringing those knees up and you're finding your own breath here. So it isn't necessarily breath of fire, but you're just gonna move the legs and bounce the legs. And if your legs start to go faster than your breath, that's okay. We're bringing energy into the pelvis now, into the hips. Good, and then see if you can start to go faster and let it be more of a bounce, but you're still bouncing the knees up quite high, 10 to 12 inches. And go even more vigorously and just let the breath support you, whatever the breath is. Eyes are closed, gaze at the third eye. About 30 more seconds here. Inhale, come up tall through the spine and press the legs down. Just squeeze a bit at the base of the spine. And now as you exhale, come into a forward fold. So keep pressing the legs down. You can keep holding the feet and just bring the spine down towards the ground. Do the best you can and breathe deeply. So you're inhaling and exhaling, just taking a moment here. Guru Stay with that mantra, Sat Nam, I am truth. And now you're going to inhale, you're going to come up tall, hold the breath, stay here. Exhale one more time, fold forward, all the way down, all the way down, all the way down, and hold. And inhale, come up nice and tall. And you're gonna come and lie down on your back, please. So go ahead and turn around. Or turn to come down, however you want to face the camera. Good. And you can come to Shavasana, you can step your feet to the floor, whatever feels best for you. Just take a moment, relax. Take an inhale. And an exhale. All right, you're going to step your feet to the floor and you're going to grab hold of your ankles. So what I find is that my knees go a little bit wider than they would for a traditional Hatha bridge pose. And so absolutely that can happen. The toes can point a little bit away, but I also want you to just be mindful of your knees, be mindful of your hips. You're holding on to the ankles, so really try to grip the ankles. And as you breathe in, you're going to lift your pelvis up. And as you breathe out, you're going to bring your pelvis back down. Inhale up, exhale down. And it's a rhythmic movement. Inhale Sat, exhale Nam. And just do the best you can. And different types of poses, different types of movement within the posture and the breath within the posture, it creates a whole frequency, right? It creates a new dynamic that we're learning to embrace through the mind, really, right? Through the psyche. We're not used to it. We're concerned about something, and that's okay to go slow. It's okay to not be used to it. It's okay to have concern for the safety of the body. And at a certain point, we override and we can move into trust. The body will open, the breath will expand, the consciousness shifts. We've got about 15 more seconds here. Do the best you can with using the breath, right? Bringing breath into the pelvis and moving the pelvis into the earth. So a lot of grounding happening in the lower chakra here. Okay, inhale, lift the hips up. Let's take a breath in, squeeze the base of the spine, hold, hold, hold. Exhale, release your spine down and let the legs come out long into Shavasana, like a nice little moment of rest. And just feel the energy moving through you. And let's take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Okay, bring the arms alongside your body and let the palms face down. And then bring your legs a little bit closer together. So maybe even touch the heels of the feet together for a moment. We're not doing stretch pose, but if you are a little bit challenged, you can always bring your hands underneath your seat. You might not need to in this shape. We're not bicycling the legs, but we're going to lift the legs up to about 18 inches, and we're going to draw one knee in with one leg straight, and we're going to alternate. So think of it like bicycle, but it's more straight out from the hip. Yes, and your shoulders are on the ground. And your arms are on the ground. And again, if you need to bring your hands underneath your pelvis, you can do that. And you're finding your own synchronicity with the breath. So you might inhale, one knee in, left leg out, exhale, switch. So one knee is in, one leg is out the whole time. Yeah. And we're challenging that navel point, getting into the navel center. Strong, steady breath, inhaling Sat, exhaling Nam. Try to keep the shoulders relaxed. Go a little bit more vigorously if you're able to. I know it's challenging, but try to get some of that energy at the navel point to really awaken, get some of that sweat and the glands to open up. Use the breath. All right, let's hold both legs out straight above the ground. Take a deep breath in, squeeze the legs together. Exhale, relax, come into Shavasana, corpse pose. Let's rest here for a moment. Consciously circulate the energy from the navel point through your entire body. Let's take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. You're going to hug your legs into your chest. If you can wrap your hands around the shins, keep that shape. If you need to hug the backs of the thighs, that's fine too. And you're just going to start to rock and roll along your spine, and you're just massaging your spine. So think head to toe, like you're going to rock yourself up to sit, but you're just going to keep rocking. And if it's a little bit painful to be directly on the spine, you can rock a little to the right of the vertebra, a little bit to the left, so you're not so directly on the spine. And just keep going. You're just doing a little self-massage here. Bring yourself all the way up, and you're going to turn around and come onto your stomach, and you're just going to rest on your belly like you would in Shavasana. So just take anything there. If you need to make a pillow with your hands, if you want your arms beside you, just take a moment, relax, be easy. Breathe in and breathe out. these last few postures, right, we're really working with that navel point and the fires of digestion and the digestion of the experience, right? All of our experiences, all of our emotions, making sure our energy is moving. And then we have the very physical, practical layer of the body, right? The physical digestion, right? Which sometimes gets a little bit blocked when we get anxious, when there's new patterns taking place in our life. So let's just take another deep breath in here. Deep breath out. And we're going to make our way into the Kundalini style cobra pose. So this is a little more akin to an upward facing dog, but with our legs and our pelvis on the ground. So your arms, your hands are maybe either underneath the shoulders completely and the arms are straight, or maybe you modify and you take the arms a little bit forward of your shoulders and you're trying to straighten the arms and lift your chest towards the sky, but your pelvis and your legs are long. You're relaxing your buttocks, relax the legs, and you're going to begin breath of fire here. So let's go for it. Eyes are closed, gaze into your third eye. You're inhaling Sat, exhaling Nam. It's that rapid breath, equal inhale, equal exhale, equal amounts of breath. Do the best you can, keep going. Open your eyes, inhale and look over your left shoulder. So you're kind of twisting the body and stay there, holding. Look over your right shoulder and exhale the breath out, and you're going to hold the breath out. Try to look towards your heels. Inhale, twist to the left again and look towards your heels. Hold the breath. Exhale right, look over the right. Hold the breath out. Inhale through center and try to stretch up even more and hold the breath. And exhale, slowly, slowly come down and come into child's pose, baby pose. So bring your hips to your heels, your forehead to the ground, and take your hands by the feet. And just relax the spine, be very easy, very gentle. Take a breath in. And a deep breath out. You're going to stay with your forehead to the ground and you're going to interlace your hands behind you and try to take the hands up towards the ceiling. It doesn't say that the palms are pressing. So if you need a little bit of space, take a little bit of space. If you can press the palms together, press the palms together, and you're just reaching the arms up towards the sky. Long, deep breathing. Inhaling Sat and exhaling Nam. We're not here for too long. Just do the best you can. We're purifying the back of the aura, right? The energy behind our bodies. Pressures on the back. Bringing the energy into the upper back. And take a deep breath in. Hold the breath, squeeze Mulaband. And exhale, go ahead, release your arms down. And let's slowly make our way up into easy seat. So a nice, easy, cross-legged seat. And we're gonna hold the knees this time, and we're gonna kind of grind the spine and just go in any direction. Close the eyes, bring the gaze into the third eye, and you're just trying to rotate the pelvis into the earth, which is gonna move your entire spine, but try to keep the head relatively still. And just let your breath be your breath. And try to create pressure with your pelvis against the earth. So you're really moving the pelvic floor, but you're pressurizing it into the ground. And you can even use your arms kind of to help you, right? You can press the hands into the legs a bit to help you get a little more weight into the spine. And it's called Sufi grind. So it's like a grinding action through the pelvis. Rotating the middle of the body in circles, trying to keep the head still. Let's switch directions. Come into a tall spine, take a deep breath in, squeeze Mulaband, bring the energy up the spine. And exhale, release, let it go. And just take a round of breath, just observing, integrating. Great, and then go ahead and open your eyes. And the next pattern that we're gonna do, you're gonna bring your arms beside you, and you can just have your hands in these kind of gentle fists, and it's gonna be an inhale back, exhale forward, crossing the arms, inhale back, and then exhale, the arms are gonna come up. So the elbows are going to come up and back. So inhale, exhale, exhale. Keep going. Powerful breath. Inhale, Sat, exhale, Nam. Let's go 30 more seconds. Powerful breath. Moving the energy through the whole system, the whole body here, into the heart, through the arms. Powerful breath, powerful motion. Good. The next time you reach the arms behind you, above your head, just hold. Take a deep breath in. Puff up the chest, elbows to the sky. Yeah, there we go. Hold, squeeze. Exhale, release, let the arms come down. Close the eyes or keep the eyes closed. Just take a moment, feel the effects. Now you're going to inhale, shoulders up, and exhale, lower the shoulders down. Inhale, shrug up, exhale, down. Use a powerful breath, releasing all of that excessive tension in the shoulders. Squeeze the shoulders towards the ears. Deep breath in, hold the breath, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And exhale, release the shoulders down, nice and easy, nice and gentle. We're just gonna roll the head around, so just pick whatever direction you want to go and just go slowly and easily, just making circles, taking any tension out of the neck. Keep going in that same direction. Follow your breath. Slow and deep. And the shoulders relaxed. Slowly go in the other direction. Just take your time, mindful moment, reversing, bringing peace to the neck and to the throat, to that chakra of communication, moving any blocked energy out of this portal. Slowly make your way up nice and tall through the crown of the head. No rush, just finish in your own time. And then just come up and take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath out, just nice and easy, very gentle. And then we can open the eyes, and you're going to come back to sit on the heels of your feet. The knees can be together. And we're going to interlace the hands and just have that left thumb over the right mound, and the hands are not pressing towards each other, so you've got some space there. And what we're going to do is we're going to inhale up to about 60 degrees, so it's a bit of an angle. It's not all the way above the head, but it's like a little bit out and up from the shoulders, and we're going to try to find that same degree down, so it's not all the way to the ground, but like this angle from the heart. So we're going to inhale up, exhale down. Go as fast as you can now. Use your breath. Inhaling Sat, exhaling Nam. Inhale, bring the arms above the crown, keep the fingers interlaced and press the palms towards the sky and reach up, and bring the gaze towards the crown, the 10th gate. Keep the arms up, release the breath out, and begin breath of fire. Powerful breath. Focusing at the crown, focusing at what is called the 10th gate, what we know as the 7th chakra. Inhale, deep breath in. You're going to take that deep breath in and you're holding the breath. Engage Mulabandha. This is it. This is the last moment before our meditation. Squeeze the spine. Bring the energy up. Concentrate at the 10th gate, the crown. Connection to spirit. And exhale, go slow. You can reach your arms out. You can move your fingers through your aura. Nice and easy, purifying, As soon as your hands come down, you're gonna move into an easy seat. Keep the eyes closed if you can, if you're able to, and just come and sit for a moment with the eyes closed. And you're gonna mentally vibrate Sat Nam, Sat on the inhale, Nam on the exhale. And I want you to focus on your aura. Focus on your aura, your energy field, and you're expanding the light and the luminosity of your aura actively through your consciousness and through the energy that you're feeling in the body. Let's take a nice deep breath in and a nice deep breath out. Good. And then we're going to move into a meditation. And so go ahead and open your eyes so we can set it up, all of the different components. And this is a meditation that is working very deeply with the pranic life force. And I'll just read a little bit of what this says because I think it's very clarifying. So this is a form of ancient humanological therapy. We are often confused and held in deadlock when inner conflict blocks our ability to think and act clearly. In these moments, the mind's prana or energy is scattered and distributed in a disturbed manner. This breath pattern, the one that we'll be doing, this breath pattern holds the breath out 3 times as long as we're going to hold it in. So the body senses a lack of prana in vital areas of functioning and asks how it can quickly and optimally reorganize itself to respond to the survival threat. The fibers of the pranic body extend and rechannel the prana to form a new pattern filled with clarity and action potential. Your built-in computer can calculate your total resources and the level of challenge, then design a strategy to prepare and use the mind and body effectively. This meditation resolves many conflicts and is an automatic reflex for survival. Inner conflict is the result of excess or disturbed prana. The effect is certain, gradual, and simple. Be honest with the breath timing, and the meditation will be honest with you. So, what we're going to be doing first, the mudra, the hands, the fingers are pointing in on top of your heart, on top of your chest, and the thumbs are pointing up. So they're just kind of relaxed. There's a little bit of pressure there. It's not too intense, but this is where the hands are. And there's a little bit of space in between the fingers. And then our eyes are going to be 9/10 of the way closed. So I like to just close my eyes and then I open them very gently. You're not staring at the tip of your nose, but there's just kind of a little sliver of space and the eyes are gazed down towards the ground. Good. So just take a moment to focus. And then with the breath pattern, we're going to inhale for 5 seconds. We're going to exhale for 5 seconds. And then we're going to hold the breath out for 15 seconds. And while you're doing that, you're going to use your mulaband and you're going to try to expand the chest a bit. So your whole spine is going to lengthen up and your navel point is going to come just slightly in to help with the experience. So just let the breath be easy for a moment. Don't go into it, or if you have, just kind of bring yourself back out. And let's just breathe easy. So you got yourself set up, the hands, the gaze. And I'm going to count us through a few rounds. So let's just take a breath in together so we can get on the same page. And take a deep breath out. And you're going to inhale. And exhale. And hold the breath out. Inhale. Exhale. Hold. 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 Inhale, deep breath in, and hold and squeeze the spine, squeeze Mulaband, press the hands into the heart, expand the energy out. And exhale, release the breath, take your hands down to the lap and just take a moment in meditation and focus on your energy field and feel all of that pranic life force flooding through the system. And feel yourself strengthening and growing lighter, more courage moving through your being, empowerment moving through your being, the vehicle of your expression, your spirit. And we'll take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Let's bring the hands together at the heart and rub the palms. Find that heat and the power of creation, power to bless ourselves and each other. Let's bring the hands into the heart center. Find a deep breath in, a deep breath out. May the longtime sun shine upon you and all love surround you and the pure light within you guide your way on. We'll close with a long sat and a short nam. Breathing in. Sat Nam. Satnam. Namaste. Shanti. Shalom. Pash. Peace. 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 Thank you for this practice. Many blessings. Much love and compassion. Hi, Lauren. If there are any questions, I'm happy to stay on. We're also at time, so if you need to hop off and go, absolutely. But if there are any questions, or anything you want to share, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So go ahead and send me anything that you feel like I should know throughout our time, especially if you are on your moon, if you happen to be coming up on your moon, it might be nice for you to let me know. You can send me an email or however we most commonly communicate. Just let me know so I kind of have an idea, and I can make perhaps some adjustments, and we can kind of flow together consciously through these next few weeks. We are going to be doing some traditional hatha yoga in the series. We're going to be focusing a bit more on some of the Vedic meditations as well. So I want us to, we might find a specific rhythm, and it might be that we're kind of just moving through these different experiences. And the invitation is really just to show up and see what we get from it. And we might show up to something that we have an aversion to, which is always a good learning moment. So let's just see how that goes. I kind of don't want to paint a particular schedule because I want you to just be able to arrive to everything. But if there is a concern, definitely let me know so I can be mindful and make those adjustments. Have a beautiful eclipse. May the force be with you. Much love and thank you so much. And I will see you on Tuesday at 9 a.m. Blessings. Thank you.